Hello YouTube. This is an article that's appeared on the Telegraph online this evening. It's entitled "More Pensioners are Forced to Borrow from Their Families." Now, I just had to bring this article to your attention precisely because it disgusts me so much. I'm going to read it to you. It's relatively short, and once I've read it to you, I'd like to make a couple of comments. The number of pensioners relying on financial assistance from family members has more than doubled to 250,000 since last year because of rising inflation. Millions of pensioners are seeing their retirement dreams undermined by the rising cost of living and inadequate financial preparation for their retirement. New research from MGM Advantage, the annuity provider, found that more than 265,000 retired people had made requests for financial assistance from relatives, while 725,000 pensioners now regularly relied on credit in retirement. This is a significant increase on last year, when 119,000 people requested financial help from family and 486,000 depended on credit to make ends meet. Figures suggest that almost 4 million retired people have scaled back on their daily expenditure, with around 500,000 returning to employment or starting a new career during their retirement. Craig Fazzini-Jones, a director at MGM Advantage, said, "It is tragic that so many people's retirement dreams fail to come to fruition. The pressures facing retirees have increased significantly over the past 6 months as the rising cost of living continues to erode their disposable income. So it is essential that they make their pension fund work as hard as possible by making the best decision on how they turn their fund into a retirement income." Now, what disgusts me more than anything about this article is the fact that all this could be avoided. The only reason the pensioners of Great Britain are suffering as they are, the only reason old people are having to sit in the cold and not eat well any longer, they're not receiving any interest on their savings, and the value of their pensions is being destroyed. It's all happening for one reason and one reason only, and that's because the Bank of England and the bankers behind the Bank of England and our corrupted government, they're keeping the interest rate at never before seen levels at 0.5%. They have done for the last 29 consecutive months, and because of that action, they're actually forcing the older people of Great Britain, who have actually over the years made preparations for their retirement. It's just that our central bank and our government are destroying all of their preparations, and all for one thing, in order to protect the banking system from having to take on board more and more losses associated with a glut of repossessions which would happen were the interest rate to rise, and consequently people's monthly mortgage repayments rise. It would surely get to a point where people would struggle to pay their mortgages, and as such many houses would be repossessed, and because of that, obviously, due to those repossessions, all the bad debt would end up on the books of the banks, and the banks would actually be declared insolvent, which they actually are anyway. So the pensioners of Great Britain are being forced to suffer in order to protect our parasitic, sad banking industry in the UK. You know, the biggest bunch of low-life scumbags that we have in the country. It's a disgrace. Let me know what you think. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.